Hey everyone, welcome to something I've been actually wanting to do for a while. Now that I got a new computer that can actually run this game somewhat decently, I'm going to give it a go. So, starting off this mod for Arma 3, we can choose to restart from a persistent save, and if the beginning is too difficult. We're going to say no on both accounts. For one, I don't have a persistent save right now, and for the other, I'm just hardcore, so I don't need an easier start. Whenever we start, it's good to turn off that campfire because it will burn you if you touch it. Also, we're going to disable the music and make some changes here to the civilian spawning because that really affects CPU, and I'm not a big fan of having a bunch of people running around that I can't shoot. But yeah, definitely disable the music because while it could be good if I'm actually in a combat situation, just imagine this whole time while I'm doing this just having just it never eases up. Now we're going to access the arsenal here, which is stuff that we unlock when we're playing the game. We start with some very basic stuff, a 9mm submachine gun, a pistol, some vests that don't provide any armor bonuses, various hats. One big thing about this mod, which is the Antistasi Altis mod, is that we can be undercover while we move around. So that's why we're going to dress up as a civilian right now, instead of wearing our gorilla duds. Antistasi Altis is a gorilla simulator scenario for Arma 3. Now, to unlock additional stuff in the arsenal, we need to drop things into this specific box. If we get so many items, as you'll see in the top right, it has a count for unlocking things. Should we reach that amount, it gets unlocked in the arsenal, and we can open up the arsenal and grab whatever we want from there as many times as we need. It also unlocks equipment that our soldiers can use as we recruit them. Now, this crate right here that I'm going to pull my GPS from because the arsenal didn't have it and I was afraid it might delete it. It lets us repair, rearm, and refuel our vehicles. It also lets us heal our soldiers, but our soldiers don't get rearmed or refueled either. Now, Captain Petros here gives us various missions. Now, we don't have to go to him. Sometimes missions just randomly happen as we're playing. But, you know, we have none going on right now, so we'll just ask him for one. And he gave us a steal or destroy an ammo truck mission, which is kind of difficult for being the very first mission we've got. There are 3 different missions types that I'll explain as we're going on our way to the AO. But before we do that, I should explain the garage feature. We could just simply access this flag here, which has all kinds of options that we can choose from. Go to garage access, and we start with a few vehicles in our garage already. We got 3 quad bikes, 2 trucks, or I guess 2 off-roads, and 1 truck. We can alternate between our vehicles to get different paint jobs, just showing that off. It doesn't really matter what color they look, but if you're into that, you can do that. The off-road's pretty good. It has quite a lot of speed behind it, a lot of power behind it. Honestly, a pretty good vehicle overall. It's got a good amount of storage too. While we're on our way, we're gonna drop off our backpack and the vest, as well as our gun. So whenever we leave the vehicle, we're still undercover and we won't be getting shot at. Something about Arma 3 that's always kind of odd with the controls is just how obtuse some of them can be. To pull up that GPS on screen, I have to use the right control keypad and hit M at the same time. I can't use the left control one for whatever reason. Also, this is me admiring the inside of the vehicle. If you looked at how the game ran on my last computer, it was like I was playing Arma 3.wad. It was pretty fucking terrible, and that's saying a lot considering I played PlanetSide 2 at like 15% render quality. It really looked like I was playing the game through a perfect dark mod. And look at that, it shows the temperature, it has all those fancy buttons, and oh, I got a little too absorbed in the prettiness of the interiors of the vehicles. Now, as we go inside of the towns and such, you may already notice in the bottom left I got the FPS counter. It's probably already dropping. It can get pretty damn low inside of towns. That's just an Arma 3 thing. Doesn't matter what kind of graphical settings I use, it will just drop if I'm inside of a town. A part of the problem, again, is through the civilian spawning system, which will drop frames because it's so much of a CPU hog. And I couldn't really justify buying an i7 just for this game. Now we're slowly moving our way towards the our objective here. So far it's been kind of quiet, and on the left here is an outpost. We need to steer clear of those because if we get too close to an outpost, or as we're going to see right ahead of us right here, there's a roadblock, we lose our undercover status. And losing undercover status in front of, like, say, 2 heavy machine guns and about 6 other guys is not a good thing. So I'll go ahead and mark that on my map so I can be aware of it in the future, and we'll just try and find our way around it, which I'm actually going to speed up. So yeah, talking about the different missions that we got, there are 3 kinds that will spawn a contact for us to go see, and we get further missions from them. And we also got the 3 other missions that we get from Petros, like logistics, destroy, and the rescue missions. Logistics is, like this. It's about getting stuff, logistics. It's either stealing these ammo trucks, which gets us more ammunition and whatnot. Supplying towns with supplies, which spawns us a truck that we need to drive to the middle of a town, and we give supplies out to the people, and we get support for that. There's stealing money from a bank, which is almost the same way. We get a truck, we drive it to a bank, and we get a bunch of money, but we lose support for that one. And then there's, for the rescue missions, it's simply either POW or refugee extractions. Those also give us a bonus to the local population support, as well as HR, which is a very vitally important thing. And then destroy is just obviously destroy this roadblock or destroy this outpost. Now here is the base that we need to infiltrate. Even though the marker is closer to that specific vehicle, that is not actually the vehicle we need to take, because that's just a transport, not an ammo truck. The ammo truck is this guy right over here. They look kind of similar, but distinctly different. You may have also seen there's a dog following those patrols around, and ah shit. Well, got a little too close. That's what sucks, and yeah, they're already alerted to me. Gotta drop down and get my stuff out. This is actually gonna be kind of difficult because I'm just using a submachine gun, and they got body armor, they got full-on rifles and stuff. That is what kind of makes the beginning difficult, because I'm gonna be using a submachine gun, no sights, 9mm ammunition against guys in helmets and body armor. This is gonna be great, and I got like no real cover here. Yeah, that took way too many fucking shots. But that's okay, these guys don't seem too great on actually hitting me, which is really fucking weird. In Arma 3, I'm used to the AI just immediately knowing where I'm at and headshotting me instantly. Kind of like that. Yeah, we took a few bullets, that ain't too good. Also, I'm apologize if you get motion sickness while I'm rolling around, trying to dodge the enemy. Also, those explosions, it's just some asshole with a underbarrel grenade launcher. Those guys are real motherfuckers in this mission. Because like you'll have a patrol walking around that you'll wander upon. He'll immediately whip out his grenade launcher and fucking murder your ass. I'm surprised this guy's missing me as much as he's been missing me. But yeah, those aren't mortars. That's just one dude who's just lobbing grenades like it's nothing. Well, it looks like we cleared all the nearby enemies out. That guy over there, you may see him, maybe not, is the grenadier in question. Now that we're past him, we'll go ahead and loot one of our first bodies. Oh yeah, there we go. Armor, a helmet. You may have noticed actually I'm missing my hat. It's because I actually got shot in the head, which really surprises me that I didn't actually just die immediately. And he also had a first aid kit on him, so we'll go ahead and use that. You may have also noticed a guy threw a smoke grenade after I shot him a few times. That's what the AI does sometimes. They'll go ahead and chuck a smoke grenade if they get wounded and they try to retreat. But yeah, now we can kind of somewhat go toe-to-toe with these guys. Now they're on par with weapons, but there's probably a whole lot more enemies in there, so we're just gonna grab the vehicle and run. There we go, mission complete. And besides getting some money that we get, we also get all the nice stuff that's inside the vehicle. Look at all this. We got 10 assault rifles, we got a hell of a lot of ammunition, we got sniper ammunition, we also got a few snipers. Yeah, this is a pretty nice haul, all in all. Now we just need to drive all the way back to our base to drop all this stuff off. While of course avoiding the enemy, because we can't be disguised if we're inside of one of these, inside of a military vehicle. Which also means that I don't have to worry about not staying on the roads. That's also another thing I didn't mention about undercover in vehicles. If you go off the road, then you will be spotted. And once you're spotted from being undercover, it takes about half an hour to finally be able to go back into cover. Also, let's look at the interior of this vehicle. Oh my god, look how pretty everything is. It's got buttons and shit. Look at all those buttons. Most players don't even look at that, but they programmed it, they designed it, they modeled it. Also, about this point is when I realized I am way off course in going to where I think I need to go. Back there, that's the capital. Yeah, I'm kind of not in a good spot. Because one of the things about Arma 3 AI is that they can be really fucking good against some lucky shots on you. Like, even though I imagine the back of this vehicle is like some kind of hard, solid stuff, a guy will probably shoot through that and still headshot me and kill me immediately. Just a nice, slow, calming, relaxing drive all the way back home. Let's get a better look inside now. We'll go ahead and flick on the lights here in a minute. And man, what's neat is that the gauges are actually, right. They show you how fast you're going. They show you the RPMs and all that. Which is kind of weird when I play a game like Final Fantasy 15 and the things inside that vehicle doesn't actually update properly while driving around. Tisk, I expected far more from a game that's been in development for like 10 years. Anyways, one thing to note though is in the future we'll want to make sure that we're not getting followed back to base. Because if Petros dies, we'll have to reset the HQ, and not only that, but we can permanently lose items inside of our arsenal. And I don't just mean the crate. We can also permanently lose items inside of the the menu arsenal thing. So now we got the vehicle back. What we can do with this box is we can transfer cargo to the box, and we got enough smoke rounds that our arsenal has been updated. So now we can go into the arsenal and get as many smoke rounds as we want. Go ahead and use the box to patch ourselves up because we can only do so much with the first aid kit. And there we go. We got all that stuff inside of our crates. If we can grab 5 more of these rifles, we'll be able to get infinite rifles, which will be nice because as of right now, all of our soldiers will start with submachine guns, which doesn't do too well when you're trying to fight the enemy. Also, the different containers in this game, they have weights to them, and we can actually get around because as of right now we can't directly put anything else inside of the box over there. Also, one trick is that when you put ammo inside of the ammo box, it automatically refills the ammo. So if you put like a half depleted magazine in there, it'll be completely filled. Okay, we'll ask for another mission here. Weirdly enough, since the even though we completed the mission, it's still considered in our active task, so we can't get another logistics mission right now. So we'll do a rescue one. And oh, you motherfucker, a POW rescue mission. We'll have to go all the way out into that outpost there to rescue a guy, which is right next to a seaport. You know, that's gonna be fun. I mean, never mind that it's inside of a capital that's held by the enemy, so it'll have plenty of soldiers running around. This is going to be quite a hard one to do, but you know what? Fuck it. We may as well give it a try. Yeah. We'll also have to drive past this factory, which will probably have a bunch of enemies around it as well. And I'm trying to figure out, well, is there any other way to get there? But nope, it's going to be a hard one. So we're going to go ahead and drop off this vehicle inside of our garage. It's just as simple as pressing these few buttons, and bam, there we go. Unfortunately, that truck, though, that we left back there is not in our garage anymore. I mean, obviously. So if we want it, we'll have to go all the way back and grab it. Since we're going to be attacking, we're going to be needing a few reinforcements. Now, all the names should be fairly obvious. The medic is a very important guy, as he's the only one who can fully heal our soldiers instead of a first aid kit, which will only do so much. The militiamen are our bread and butter soldiers. So we'll go ahead and grab ourselves another off-road so we can have all of our men in it. The off-road can hold 6 soldiers in it, 2 in the front, 4 in the back. Also, the guys in the back can shoot at people while driving around. What's nice, because in the early days of this mod, you couldn't go undercover if you had AI with you. But now you can, even if they're very clearly armed guerrilla soldiers. They won't blow your cover. Also, we'll need to make sure to tell them to hold fire, because if we don't and we drive near some soldiers, they'll just start shooting at him, and then he'll shoot back. It won't blow your cover per se, but you know, your guys will be getting shot at. And what is one downside to this mod is having to, until we unlock stuff in the arsenal, re-equipping our soldiers is going to be a real pain in the ass. We'll need to, basically the way I do it is grab a bunch of shit, throw it inside of a vehicle, throw my soldiers in the vehicle, then individually access their inventories and switch out their equipment. And of course, on the way there, we run into an outpost. And there's no real way of getting around this outpost, because if we go off-road, we'll get spotted. So we're gonna have to take care of this roadblock. There's no real way around it. I mean, I guess we can take a hell of a longer way around, but taking out this roadblock won't be too difficult, because they decided to set it at the bottom of a hillside, which will give us a very, very better, superior positioning over them. Not only that, but the biggest difficulty with roadblocks are the heavy machine guns. And if we're above them, though, their bunkers have like a roof on them. So if we're above them, then they cannot, shoot us. Also, I tend to always carry a backpack around, and that is specifically so we can raid stuff. Not raid, but grab a whole bunch of shit and throw inside the vehicle over and over again. Makes looting faster, which is something that is very important in this mod, because the AI loves to retaliate against you. So my plan is we're gonna just go the long way around, and we're gonna get them from above. We're gonna cut here in a few seconds. So I'm pretty sure you all don't want to watch that. But before we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and do some reconnaissance. About 5 men walking around and 2 heavy machine guns.
I got a visual. 80 soldier, 300 meters, bearing 330. I'm covering. Go.
Also, you may notice the guy's whispering now, and that's because I got everyone in stealth mode, which makes him stay low, keep low.
Soldier, 300 meters, bearing 330, ready to fire. I'm covering. Go.
Which is nice, because being detected because your AI partners are standing up. Yeah. You may notice on the the GPS on the right. It has some arrows on it in a circle. That's my battle plan. My battle plan is charge down the hill and make sure to take out the heavy machine gunners first, which are in the circled area. You can draw on the map in this game, and it stays on your GPS, which is actually kind of nice because you can use this feature to draw a route. So you're not constantly having to look at the map as you're driving around. You can just look at the GPS and go, oh, okay, the arrow's telling me to take this road. So we're just going to get a little closer. We're going to try to use these rocks for cover too. And we're going to position our soldiers in such a way that ideally they're not going to be having, you know, shooting each other, which is very possible. And you can tell when they shoot each other because the guy will just, oh, whoa, what the fuck just happened? Oh god, man, that looks painful. Jesus fucking Christ, man. How are you even alive? That's like a 90-degree angle. Alright. Anyways. So yeah, and when friendly fire happens, they'll go, hey man, fucking cease fire. So now that I got a little bit of a lull in the action here. So yeah, we are the FIA. We're fighting against the AAF. Sorry. There's some strategic elements here. You know, we got ammunition, we got money, we got human resources. Obviously, human resources are used to recruit soldiers. Money is also used to recruit soldiers, buy vehicles, and the like. We got NATO support, which NATO helps us out. We can use the points to have NATO like supply weapons or give us a tank convoy or give us close air support. And the enemy has CSAT support, who will support them by either, you know, kind of doing the same thing, bringing vehicles at us and stuff like that. So here we go, we're gonna start the fight. I'm gonna grab the first motherfucker I see. Also, something I probably should have mentioned is that I'm somewhat cheating. I have a visual aid on, as well as the having the game tell me the names of people I'm aiming at from further out. And that's just because I'm bad at this game, and I kind of need that extra help. But we'll call it fair, considering the AI, you know, can shoot through the grass and whatnot perfectly fine, with no problem. We also had some enemies over here on the side, which pretty much took up all of my guys' time. But whatever, they actually took out a few guys, which is nice. That doesn't happen too often.
Return to formation. Understood. Copy my stand.
So yeah, no one's, well, I've been hurt, but everyone else seems to be doing pretty fine. We're just gonna take out this last guy here on the heavy machine gun by shooting at his feet a whole bunch of times. I do have to say, I love how meaty the weapons in this game sound. Gunplay in Arma 3 is a lot more different than everything else. It's more about positioning and trying to stay still compared to, say, I don't know, Battlefield 1. You got motherfuckers running around and jumping around and shit, and jumping and immediately proning, and then ripping out an anti-tank rifle and shooting you, and then immediately standing back up and zipping off at fucking 50 miles an hour. What's out of submachine gun? And, you know, I'm an old man at 25. I am I'm kind of a relic here. My mind don't work too well. Something we can do is so we can steal the heavy machine guns for ourselves, and oh my god, that's a helicopter right here. Alright, we're gonna jack this guy's missiles. He's got an anti-tank rockets, but I'm sure that'll work just well against air vehicles. Also, one feature we can do with the Y menu is telling our soldiers to automatically rearm. This will make them run around and check corpses for stuff. So, thankfully for us, is that this helicopter is just a troop transport. They didn't send like an attack helicopter against us, because that would have been some problems. It's kind of hard to hit though, because we can only aim so high with this. But there we go. We'll take a shot. And my dumbass forgot that the rocket is laser guided. There we go. Bam.
Enemy fire. Soldier. Right up ahead. Like 100 meters. Front.
And there's looks like some other guys made it down alive, or something happened. Something else I should note, since we picked up this equipment here, if you look on the top right, you'll see there's a little bar, white bar, underneath the grenade. That is our stamina, and its maximum is dependent on what we are carrying. So it is somewhat of an improvement from the last system, where if you ran around a lot, your guy would immediately start having an asthma attack. I tell the guys to watch the debris just in case any enemies show up, and we're gonna go check it out. But yeah, so a big problem like in early Arma would be if you ran up, if you're running around, even if you ran like 10 feet, your guy would just start shaking and breathing hard, and it was insane. So now we got the stamina system, and which obviously means that you can't, like, say, wear a helmet, wear a full vest, wear a backpack, have like 10 rockets in the backpack, carry a rocket launcher, carry a pistol, carry an assault rifle. Oh shit, it looks like someone survived. And there's a sniper somewhere, which is fucking great. But yeah, so unfortunately that just means though that even if you were to carry, say, just a sniper rifle, or even just a single rocket launcher, you'll take like 2 steps and your guy will just start heaving and breathing hard and just, Also, I'm not too good with throwing grenades in this game. Your guy fucking chucks them like they're a goddamn baseball. You saw how, and that was just a tap, and you saw how far he threw it.
Soldier, 75 meters, left!
So yeah, so whenever you do anything in this game in the zone, the AI retaliates.
Danger!
The AI will always retaliate. And that's why I say we're lucky that they only sent a helicopter full of troops at us. Because when I used to play the mod, the usual MO would be just send an APC at them. So if I did this exact scenario about, I don't know, a year ago, we wouldn't be having a helicopter show up. No, instead we'll hear MRAP 100 meet, and then we'll automatically die because they sent an armored vehicle at us, and that just one-shot all of us with its turret. Hell, I've had moments where the very first roadblock I cleared, they sent a full fucking battle tank at us. Like, really? What? That's not fucking fair. Like, I get I'm supposed to run, but when it just magically appears about 500 meters away and drives straight for us, that's kind of bullshit. But yeah, there's my map. I'm gonna mark down that there's bodies there because we're gonna go ahead and start looting all these corpses.
Stay sharp!
I want to tell the men to be aware, because as long as they're in combat stance, they'll just, walk around, randomly duck, crouch, stand back up. And we're going to tell them to go ahead and rearm again, just to make sure they can get their ammunition and whatnot. Another feature in this game is that the enemy can surrender, like this guy.
Standing by.
We can interrogate them, and we can try to get them to join us, which I believe gives us an HR point if we successfully manage to convince them to join us. Unfortunately, they have like a fucking 0.00001% chance of actually doing either of those options. Because I've never seen it happen yet. Believe me, I've put quite a few hours into this mod, and I have literally never seen a guy join or give up intel. And sadly, we can't kill the guy. If we kill him, we lose a NATO point. Just something we don't want to do. And anyways, you're also kind of a scumbag for wanting to kill a surrendering soldier in battle. Alright, good night everybody. We're going to go ahead and loot